Hey guys, welcome back to my channel one more time. My name is Preet and you're watching Info at a Glance, your very own immigration ease, where you watch videos and you become boss of your own immigration. And today I'm back with another video. This is going to be an interesting edition wherein we will be discussing about the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Now, the reason it's a pilot program because it was in testing mode ever since it started in 2017. But last week itself, it was announced by the immigration minister that this is no longer going to be a pilot program, but the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program will now be a permanent program for immigration, wherein this program has proven his milestones in terms of the immigration needs of these 4 provinces which are a part of this particular program. So we will be digging into the details for this particular program overall and give you a brief insight on how exactly you can proceed with this particular program if you are eligible. So before I start, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please consider doing so and do press the bell icon for all the latest updates on Canada immigration. Now, before getting into the technicality of this particular program, let's have a look at what exactly this program is all about. Now, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, as the name suggests, this primarily includes the 4 Atlantic provinces of the country. Those Atlantic 4 provinces are in front of you, which are Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island. These are the 4 East provinces which are on the eastern side, happens to follow a different time zone altogether. Now, these 4 provinces happens to be smaller in terms of their land borders and the land size. Also, these provinces are less in the population captivity as well. With that being said, these provinces also have their own PNP programs too, and that is already covered in my PNP series. I have linked that in the description box below. And every single piece of information which I am discussing about the AIPP program is also linked in the description box below for your complete insight. When AIPP was initially introduced back in 2017, this was primarily to meet the labor market requirements for these 4 provinces, wherein after reviewing the ratio of people coming into the country, the people who actually chose to come to the Atlantic provinces were used to be very less. Now, that was one important reason the Atlantic provinces decided to come up with their own PNP programs and this major pilot program wherein to fill in the labor market requirements for these provinces. That is why the Atlantic provinces are primarily driven by employer specific. Now, every single employer in this particular program is not eligible, but there is a designated list of employers who are actually eligible for the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, and for each province there is a separate list. You can find all that information in the description box below. So the very first and the most important requirement to qualify for the AIPP program is for you to have a job offer, and that job offer happens to be a full-time job offer, not less than 30 hours a week, and that has to be at least for a year for you to be eligible to apply for this particular program. Apart from a necessary job offer, it is very much important for you to be completed with your ECA from WES. So that is mandatory piece of information which you need. And for your language proficiency, this particular program is fairly low in terms of the requirement, which is just CLB4. Now, definitely goes without saying, proof of funds also plays a very important role when it comes to immigration, especially for Canada. But the proof of funds requirement for this particular program is fairly low if you compare it with the express entry. It's not even close to 50% of the bare requirement of the express entry, and you can check the information on the description box on what exactly is the current requirement when it comes for you to show the proof of funds for this particular program. Now, understanding the fact the AIPP falls into 3 separate streams. The number 1 happens to be the Atlantic International High Skill Program, which includes NOC 0, A and B, wherein you are required to have minimum 1 year of work experience. The second happens to be the intermediate skill, wherein NOC C is also eligible. And the third one, which is trending now, why? Because a lot of students who are moving to the country are choosing the Atlantic provinces. So the third stream is the International Graduate Atlantic stream, wherein students who studied from the designated institutions in the Atlantic provinces are actually eligible to apply for the AIPP program. Now, an important piece of information for you to understand over here is that to get a job offer or to apply for these particular provinces, it is entirely and completely your role and your job. There is no mediator or there is no third party who can help you connect with these employers. It's fairly a NOC requirement, it's fairly the employer's requirement, and it is fairly your skill and your interview which plays the vital role in terms of you getting a job offer. Now, a very important scam alert for you to understand that if you're getting any kind of a promise from any of the agent or a consultant who claims that they can help you get a job offer or they have certain connections, do not fall for any such scam, because there is no one outside the country who can primarily help you. If you have the skill, if you have the knock, and if you have the experience, there is no one who can stop you from getting a job offer. But if you happen to involve a third person who's giving you any kind of a vague promises, commitments against a huge amount of money which is involved in this particular program, sorry, but you're falling into the wrong hands and you will not be able to get anything out of it. So stay away from certain scams. Now, let's discuss the stages for this particular program. So number one is for you to get your ECA and your IELTS ready, and the second most important step is for you to attain a job offer. Important for you to understand is that this particular job offer does not require for you to get an LMIA, which is the Labor Market Impact Assessment. How exactly you need to obtain an LMIA and for what jobs it is, I have already made a video in the past and I have linked it in the description box below. Now for this, you do not require an LMIA, so that's a very easy part. But after you have a job offer and after you meet the basic requirements to qualify for a job offer, the second thing which you will need is your settlement plan. Now, how to get a settlement plan and who can actually give you a settlement plan, it is already mentioned on the IRCC website. There are certain registered agencies who can help you attain a settlement plan, which is important for you to demonstrate to immigration that what exactly will be your settlement approach when you come to a new province. Now, that information is already available on the IRCC website and I have also linked in the description box below. And after you have your settlement plan ready, that means we are done with the initial ECA and IELTS, you have the job offer, and now you have the settlement plan as well. The very last piece of information which you would require to proceed further in this particular program will be your certificate of endorsement. Now for this particular piece, you do not require to do anything on your own. This is primarily your employer's responsibility to get the job that has been offered to you, to get that endorsed from immigration. And for that, your employer is going to do the complete formalities. But for you, it is necessary for you to have the certificate of endorsement before you actually submit your PR application under the AIPP program. Now for the overall stages which are required to be completed on immigration portal, on certain stages you are required to make certain fees as well. So the overall cost should not exceed more than 1100 Canadian dollars. Now the processing time for this particular program may take up to 6 to 9 months in terms of you completing the complete responsibilities and formalities and submitting your application on the immigration portal. But an important part over here for you to understand is that once you have the job offer and your employer wants you in the country at a rush or immediately, you can certainly complete these immigration formalities once you are in the country, because once you have the job offer, you will be eligible to apply for a work permit for Atlantic provinces, and again that will be excluding LMIA, so you do not require an LMIA to proceed with. Now that formality can also be completed by your employer itself. Now with that being said, starting in 2017 till now, the AIPP program is primarily and solely driven by employers. That is one important reason this program was introduced. On certain portals, when you submit your application for any PNP under the Atlantic provinces, your profile gets even chosen or selected by the employers itself. So this stands a very good opportunity for you to understand and proceed with this particular program, wherein earlier it was skeptical whether this program will continue or not, but now the information is official that you will be able to apply for this particular program, and this program is not going anywhere as it has become effective starting January 2022. So if you are under any kind of a confusion that you will not get any kind of a job offer, or if you're not lucky, or what will happen if you keep trying and you do not get any success, then let me clarify a very small piece of information over here, yet a vital information, that since 2017 till now, this immigration program was able to successfully migrate more than 10,000 people to the country successfully under the AIPP program. So if 10,000 people have already migrated to the country and successfully attained their PR status, and if you are one of those who has that skill required and the experience with you, you can definitely try your luck. Now, apart from AIPP, there are a lot of immigration pathways which are lined up for you in 2022, and those informations will be also available to you very shortly on my channel. So that's all for today. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your peers who are interested in Canada immigration, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for all the latest immigration updates as well. And if you want me to assess your possibilities on immigration, you are more than welcome to connect with me on my Instagram handle. The barcode is on your screen. It's info@aglance21. I will be happy to revert back basis my work availability. And I'll see you next week with another amazing immigration update. Until then, bye-bye.